Hello friends, hello, welcome into the craft room. Come on in and join me. Come on in. My name is Susan. This is Revive DIY and Upcycle Designs by Sue. I am so glad you're here joining me in the craft room today. We're gonna make a cute sign for my coffee bar because that is the only thing so far that has a touch of Christmas scattered to it. So I am still putting away all the fall stuff, worked on it again last night some, and I need to spread some Christmas cheer around my home. So come on in and join me. I always start with my coffee bar because it's easy and I have to see that every day and it kind of inspires me to get going and get going and get going. So we are going to work on a cute sign that I have been saving for Christmas. It could be used obviously anytime, but it specifically says Christmas cheer. So we're going to make it I run on coffee and cocoa and Christmas cheer. So we're going to actually use all elements. You could just have I run on cocoa and Christmas cheer if you were just doing a cocoa bar, or if you're just doing a coffee bar like I do. Mine's a combination of both. So I'm going to put this both on one side and I get to customize it. And I started without you guys. I got ahead of the game, started without you. I have an upcycled, I have actually a clearance Hobby Lobby sign that I've had for quite a while. Got it for less than $4, y'all. And I went ahead and did one coat of paint on the top, and I'm going to add another coat, and then we're going to get this transfer on there. So before I do any of that, let me just get started real quick and make sure I have shared this to my VIP group. And I just want to check that real quick and make sure. And there should be a link included. I can't tell. It says 0 featured. So I'm thinking it should be on there, but I'm not 100% sure. I have a private crafting group. It's just a place where I can interact with you guys a little more. If you would like to join that, then type VIP in comments or look for the link I'm going to put in comments of this video for you in just a few minutes. But yes, I'm in there. Okay, super. So let me go ahead and put this post. And when you hop on, guys, if you hit that heart button for me, I would so appreciate it. It just helps my business and my page grow. Every time you do any kind of comment, or if you hit the heart, anything but the thumbs up. The thumbs up does nothing. And of course, we don't want the angry face. I wouldn't want any angry faces. But if you would do that for me, I would just so appreciate it, you guys. And let me go ahead and post. I'm going to put some links in the comment that will help you find and navigate items. If you are interested in learning more about the types of products that I am using, then I want that to be as easy as possible for you. So I am linking I am linking some easy links, direct links for you in the comments. I'm going to pin that real quick, and then we're going to get on with business. Okay, so like I said, this item, if you have been paying attention to anything on my page or any of my posts or my reels, we actually are having a Cyber Monday sale, but it's running from yesterday, Monday, until tomorrow. So from November 28th through the 30th. And I keep thinking there is something I am forgetting to do. There's something I'm forgetting and I can't think of what it is. And I don't think it has to do with work. Every time I think of, oh, today's the 29th, don't forget. And I can't find it. And it's not on my list. Guys, I don't know if that's how it works in your world, but if it is not written down or in my calendar or on my notes or reminders, then it's gone. But anyway, we are running this sale from Monday till tomorrow. So this beauty is actually one of this transfer, just one of many. All of our Christmas transfers, a select amount of chalk paste, and we have 4 kits, I think 3 or 4 kits also that are all on sale. All the Christmas transfers are 50% off. I think the chalk paste that we have that we're offering is 20% off. And then there's just the kits. I can't remember how much those are off. But anyway, there's a link in the comments if you want to check it out and see. This is running only $8 right now, guys. This transfer. And you get all those pieces. And you can mix and match these and use them in different fun ways. But this is only $8, you guys. So let's go ahead and get started. I have not used this transfer at all. These are reusable silk screen transfers if this is your first time here. The white area is the silk screen. They are self-adhesive. We use chalk paste or ink or etching cream with it. And I love to show all different kinds of ideas with these. So I am an independent designer with Chalk Couture, and I love coming on here and just upcycling and inspiring you guys with some ideas. I always mark the front and back of my transfers so that I know what's the front and what's the back, so that when I go to put this back on this sheet, this is called a backer sheet, that I put it on the right side, because this is paper and the other side is glossy. And this, I'm just going to make notes. See, we are actually going to use every bit of this transfer, which you don't have to, but we are. Okay, so that's all ready to go, and then I'll cut that up in just a minute. So I just took this sign. It comes with a little sawtooth hanger already. Like I said, it was originally, I think, $15. I got it for like less than $4. And it's just, it's open in the back, but it's got a nice little wash on it. I like the wash. It had a nice little saying on it, but it was kind of beat up. And the saying is not one that I wanted. So I have been saving this to be able to do a project. And today, when I was looking for just the right size, this came up and I was like, this will work perfect. So I went ahead and put one layer of black acrylic. I just used black acrylic paint on it. But now I am going to use my chalk paste as a paint for this next layer. I just wanted to make sure I got good coverage over the words. The background was already kind of black with white words. We are going to put it in my retro Christmas colors. So I actually even did this last year because I incorporate a lot of teal. And then of course I use red in my Christmas decor. So I am just going to get some of this on here, and we may even have to wet it a little bit more. You can use our chalk paste as paint. You just add more water to it. I added distilled water to this one, and this is one that I exclusively use just for painting. So I have another one I use for chalking. But you can wet your brush. I'm just using a foam brush so that I hopefully don't get like streaks, and it just thins your chalk paste out a little bit. I actually added some distilled water to the actual jar to try to go ahead and thin it out. And then sometimes you still get clumps, which I have right now. So if I need to wet it more, I will. I just don't want to wet my surface because it was kind of like this feels like wood, but then it felt also like it might have some paper like on that top coat. And I have made that mistake before, and I don't want to do that again. So I'm just, and if any of the side, like if some of the white shows through, I'm okay with that because I kind of like the distressed look. That works fine in my house because I'm usually distressed. No, not always distressed, but I am. I can be that way. I'm sure it can be that way at your house too. But like my thing I posted yesterday goes, and I actually have a transfer that says this, and I have a couple projects I've done. I have a shirt too. I just haven't pulled it out yet. It says, "Don't get your tinsel in a tangle." So I'm trying, y'all. How is your Tuesday going? It is a beautiful sunny day here. It is, let's see, 63 now. So I think that's about where our high is supposed to be today. So it is really lovely out. I just had an unexpected morning. Not what I planned. A couple things that I did not plan, but I shouldn't be surprised. That's about how it usually goes. Today I thought I was going to have this certain kind of morning, and it ended up being completely different. So, that's what happens when you're a mom. Yeah. So, anyway, we're just going to try to make the most of it. And I really should be going to the grocery store today, but guess what? I'm not, because I don't want to. I didn't want to spend any of my time at the grocery store because that's always a time sucker. So I haven't decided if I'm going to try to put an order in to do a pickup or if I'm just going to wait and go tomorrow. I mean, we have food. I just don't have anything planned for supper. So it might be a, fend for yourself type night. I feel like I've cooked a lot anyway, so it might just be a fend for yourself tonight, guys. And hubby's out of town, so when he's out of town, he doesn't pick up the slack of cooking when I am not, so I don't worry about there being a decent And I think we're through our leftovers. I think I got rid of the rest of the leftovers from last week, if they didn't get used. Although I still have ham in my fridge, you guys. I hate it because you can't buy a small ham, and I hate that it's getting wasted, but I don't know. Maybe I'll see if the boys want something with ham again. Probably not. We've had it twice last week, so probably not. And I just don't feel like, oh, that was good. Well, luckily it's chalk paint, so it comes off easily. I just don't feel like coming up with an idea. I think that's the thing I hate the most about cooking. Besides the clean, I just hate everything about cooking, y'all. I'm sorry. I am not someone who enjoys being in the kitchen. I don't mind baking, but cooking in general, I just don't. I just do not enjoy it. I wish I did, and I have made the most of it when I've had to, and it's a necessary evil, but in my opinion, it's a necessary evil. I'm more about the presentation, not about the preparation. I hate all the work that goes into it. And coming up with ideas, because I don't like to do the same thing over and over again. All right, hopefully that's going to cover enough. And now you know my dirty little secret. I do not like, I am a homemaker for sure, but I am not, and I will cook, and I do cook a lot, but I don't like it. I'd much rather be up here in the craft room. All right, I am a mess today. Definitely made a mess. Okay, but hopefully that is all I'm going to need for the coat. So it looks like, I mean, I can sort of see through it, but we're going to dry it real quick and see. Hopefully that was enough since I closed it all up. We're going to speed up the drying. Now, I like to use chalk paint because it dries faster. So we're just going to speed it up a little bit. See some clumpy spots. How is your Tuesday going? I definitely needed an extra cup this morning. I was tired this morning, y'all. And I didn't go to, excuse me, I didn't stay up late. Oh, you guys, look at this. I have to show you this. How cute was that? I found that at Tuesday morning a couple weeks ago when I took hubby to the airport. I ran by one. It's a really good one. And I had to grab that. My first day using it. Molly Hatch for Steel Mill. But I just thought it was so adorable, and the colors are so pretty. Do you have special Christmas? I started pulling out the Christmas mugs. I didn't have them all out yet, but I've got enough to get us through this week. And I started pulling out a couple of the glasses. I have special Christmas glasses. You have special Christmas glasses. I have sort of special plates, but not like, you know. I mean, we have nice ones that we use on Christmas Day. But we're very low-key on Christmas Day. We don't do a big fancy dinner. We just don't. And since we don't have any family that comes, it's just us. We do how we want it. But I do try to have special plates. Okay, let's dry. And you guys, I did finish up. If you were here yesterday, did you catch me making these cute little ornament tags? So I have them down here still. So I painted the back, and that's in our storm color. How I was saying, it's a much lighter gray. So I painted the back with our storm, and then that was one I wrote a name on it. And then I finished up the little guys. Remember, I painted the wrong side. I added some storm to that to lighten it up, and then I used the crimson red on his. It's kind of showing up pink on here, but it's crimson red on his little stocking. So I'm going to write his name on there. And then I did one in silver. I was telling you guys that I have the boys, so it almost looks like a tone on tone. So that's a silver one. And then, of course, I have this other green one too. But those tags are so cute, you guys. Okay, so I did sand it a little bit. It still feels a little damp. I did sand it a little bit before I painted it, because I wanted to kind of prepare the surface to take the paint. So I think I might just try to sand it just a tiny bit, because I'm okay if it looks a little distressed. And I'm going to use crimson, I'm going to use teal, I'm going to use meadow green. I haven't decided if there'll be any other colors. I think that's the only colors we're going to use. I'm going to try to keep it to 3 colors, but I do want it to look retro, you know, with that retro feel, the colors. Okay. I am going to try to sand it just a little bit and see, because I have a couple places where it looked like it was on a good, and I will wax it as well because we painted it. I just have a few spots where it looks like I got clumpy. But I don't want to take off like the paint, right? So let's go ahead and move that out of the way. And then we're going to get my wax and add a quick layer of wax to that. And I'm going to warm my wax up so that it slides on here a little bit easier. This is a metal tin, so it actually works pretty easily if I use it. This is a little mini blow dryer. It's actually a hot blow dryer. My other tool is just an air tool. Warm air. It's not hot. But this actually melts, because it gets warm enough, it actually melts my wax a little bit. And then I can kind of glide it on here better. Because I've had this wax for a while, and I'm getting down to the end, but all of my wax is like going to the side. But you always want to wax. Ooh, I'm getting some black on my, I'm gonna have to wash it. Getting some black on my, why did I forget to do that, guys? I usually use a paper towel. When I paint, sometimes if you don't let it dry like overnight or cure. So I got some black on there, I'm gonna have to wash that. But I just need a light layer of wax. I just want to make sure I'm not pulling up any paint with my transfer, so that I can reuse it, and also that I don't, my surface is kind of smoother. And actually, I kind of like the idea of going on the edge and showing a little bit of the white. So I'm just going to take my sanding block and kind of do that. And I think I'm going to leave that natural color, just for right now anyway. I may change my mind later, but I can always go back and paint that. But you see, I'm just taking off that layer on the sides, just to make it look a little more weathered or aged. You don't have to. It just kind of gives it something fun. Now I want to make sure that make sure you know where the top is, if you have a top. And I'm just going to plop that in. Hopefully, because I warmed it, it's smoothed on pretty well. So, okay, now we're ready to get started. All right, I'm going to take my transfer trimmers. Feel like I got some dust. It's very likely. I'm going to take my transfer trimmer. I'm going to pull this over here because we're going to need the fuzzing cloth anyway. And since I just made that wet, I'm going to take my transfer trimmers and I am going to trim right along these little score lines in between the different designs. Like I said, we're going to use all of them because I'm extra like that. I think it's all going to fit. I tried to sort of kind of measure it with my fingers. I did not use a ruler, but if you've been around here, you know I don't. Okay, so, ooh, I went way through. Okay, I didn't want to cut it all the way. I want to keep it on one big transfer. I'm going to pull that off. And I usually miss a little bit and have to fix it when I cut it. There we go. So we're going to do this part first, I think. Although, you know what we might do? All right, I want to see. So I need my cocoa also. Let me get this, because I'm going to throw my cocoa in there in between the words. Now, if you were just going to do this to say, I run on cocoa and Christmas cheer, you would just not chalk this part. You could tape it off so that you didn't make the mistake of doing it. You would just not chalk that part. And then you would go back and add the cocoa piece in after you dried the rest of your chalk. I don't know why I have so much trouble just doing that. There we go. The rest of that side. So I am fuzzing, what we call fuzzing it, because as you can see, these are self-adhesive, they're sticky. And I want it to be sticky, but not so sticky that when I go to pull it off. Now, if I was making this into a shirt, which I probably should have, how cute is that? If I was doing a shirt, I usually do it the first time with the shirt. I should have done that because I think it's going to make a really cute shirt. I'm just trying to think what I have. What kind of shirt I have that would work. I should have done it. I usually do it the first time, you guys. It will get sticky again. It's just always the stickiest on the very first round. Okay, so what I'm thinking, I need to face it towards me for a minute. So what I'm thinking is I run on coffee and I need my cocoa. This is just a fuzzing cloth. You can use any kind of material, something that gets fuzz on it. So I know the coffee, it's going to be cocoa. So if I kind of get an idea, I'm going to do coffee and I'm going to do coffee, and then I'm going to do cocoa here. I might go ahead and put it under there. Coffee, cocoa, and I'm going to hope that I'm lining it up right. Coffee, cocoa, and then I'll do and Christmas cheer. Just looking to make sure. See, this is how I measure. Look at this. Do I have enough room down here for it? Yes, I believe I have enough room down here for it. Yes, I believe so. Do you like that measuring way? Okay, so we're going to do that. We're going to do, I run on coffee. We're going to do it in teal. So I'm going to use my Couture teal. Love this. I love it. Squeegee. What's that big one? That's Couture teal. It looks like I got a little bit of a red in there one time. I'm going to pull that right out of the jar. And I make sure I have no bubbles, no fuzz, no anything in my silkscreen area. I actually see something in my E. I want to check it. Let's see if it's... Okay. And then I'm making sure, reminding myself, you guys, do not chalk that. Oh, there's a fuzz there. See that fuzz? Make sure you don't have anything in your silk screen. Okay, then There we go. And this is not going to take long. This is just chalk paste. It's our formula that works perfectly with our transfers. And once I've done that, I'm going to pull off any extra. Make sure I have all my silk screen area covered. Pull off the extra. And over here, I'm hoping, yeah, I'm going to have a little bleed because I have a little bump there. That's fine. It's fine. Okay, we're going to go ahead and pull that off. See that? You ready? This is the best part. And it is supposed to look distressed. It's the coffee word is distressed. You could not do that with a Cricut, you guys. Do you see the distressing in there? So it already comes out that way. Isn't that fabulous? I have got fuzz everywhere. Okay, I'm going to set this aside for just a minute because we're going to use the and on the bottom. And look at this. I've got little strings right in the way. I will have to clean up my E a little bit because the way the transfer hit it. So that makes me think, is my word cocoa not straight? Because the other side was fine. I might have to move that down a little. And we're going to do that in the teal as well because I don't want to throw too many colors at it. And like I said, you could do this in either just cocoa, just coffee, or both like I'm doing it. I have a coffee / cocoa bar. And actually, a lot of times, like this morning, I had coffee with cocoa in it. I actually have a healthy version. If you can believe that, I have a healthy version. So it's kind of like a meal replacement. So this works perfectly for me. I get to make it exactly the way I want it. Okay, so there, that's covered. Peel and reveal that one. You know, I really need to make a shirt now. Perfect. Okay. And I will spray that until I can wash it. You guys, we're going to dry it real quick because I've got to put the other transfer very close to it, and even that boo-boo there, I will fix that after it's dry. It's better to fix it in a lot of cases after it's dry. But look at this so far. Isn't that awesome? Look how that jumps right out. I could have done this in a different color. I could have painted it any color I want. I thought about painting it red, but to be honest with you, I don't think I have a Christmas red in any kind of paint other than my chalk paint. And whenever I work with red, just plain red, the red itself, I just feel like I make such a mess of it. So I'm just speeding up the drying. It would dry on its own. The chalk paste dries on its own in about 5 minutes or so. I'm just speeding it up because I want to protect it. I don't want to make a smudge. Isn't this awesome, you guys? So I'm going to put the little coffee, there's a little coffee mug, or like a to-go coffee mug on here, and the sprigs. I'm actually going to use both of those, and I may use the coffee mug twice. I haven't decided. Trying to think if I want to pull any other color in. And I was kind of looking at my little ornaments back there. Can you see them? My like old-fashioned ornaments. The only other color that is kind of there, I mean, it's got a little bit of every color, really. I'm just looking to think if any other color that I want to bring in. will also do, let me just put this, that feels dry. Okay. What I also am going to do is I am going to lay this, yes, it is all dry. And actually I'm going to show you guys how I'm going to fix this little, it just bled because I had that other transfer up too close to it, so it wasn't laying flat. And I should have just fixed it before I did it. But I will go back and I usually just try to scrape it first, and if that doesn't work, then I'll touch up with the paint. And if you have a black chalk marker, we have white and black chalk markers available. I don't ever talk about those, but they are perfect for stuff like this, like to fix little places like this. Perfect for fixing boo-boos. Okay, so I'm just going to cover that up because we're going to pull this back and we use the and Christmas cheer. Well, let me get it placed first. Let me turn it around so that I line it up. Okay. Let me try to line it up. Still not straight. Do you guys like how I measure? Let's see. I think it's going to be close enough. If it's off a little bit, only you and I will know. Shh, don't tell anyone. Okay, I'm just going to place this here so that my transfer does not try to pull up any of the sticky. The sticky doesn't try to pull up any of the chalk paste that I've already put on there, but I'm going to move it back enough that I don't mess up my hand. I've still got these little... A lot of times when I just cut it, I don't have that problem. When I do it the way I just did it, I don't know why. I always have those little strings. Okay, so, whoops, glad I didn't do that. Okay, the word and I'm going to do in our teal still. Actually, you know what? I might do that in green. I might do it in my green. So this is Meadow. It's really pretty. I consider it a very Kelly green. My lid is all messed up. I consider this a very Kelly green. I'm going to have a squeegee. Need another squeegee? Okay. Just looking at the times, you know, I gotta, let me see. I think I'll be all right. So there we go. I'm going to do that in green. I was trying to decide if I needed to. I thought about using eucalyptus instead of meadow, but then I was looking at those ornaments and I'm like, well, you can use regular green too. Eucalyptus is really pretty because it's that bluish green. And then this we're going to do, I'm going to try to move quickly because the chalk paste, we don't want it to dry. This is crimson. Did I decide I was using crimson? I did, because you gotta have some sparkle. I could do this in just red, candy apple red, which is a very Christmassy red, but I have to have a little sparkle, right? And if you're talking about Christmas cheer, I gotta have some shimmer. But I don't want my chalk paste to dry. I might go ahead and pull that up. Just to be sure. Because I want my, if you leave your transfer on with the chalk paste on it too long, because it dries so quickly, it'll dry in your silk screen instead of on your image, and you'll go to pull it off and you'll be like, why is that not on that surface? Because it dried in the silk screen. So you do want to move fairly quickly. If you're working with more than one color, you just don't ever leave it on there that long. The shimmer, it takes a little longer. And I'm going to pull it back very slowly in case I've missed any. I can lay it right back down and touch it up, like right there. I'll show you guys in a minute. But the shimmer, sometimes you have to push a little harder to get it through the silk screen. Ta-da! And I will take that to my sink and wash it as soon as I get done with our live. Because you don't want to leave it sitting on it if it'll clog up your silk screen. But that's it so far. What do you think? Isn't that adorable? I love it. I love it. Okay, so now we are going to, I might leave my red out because I might throw a little red on the berries. Now, let's pull out our other red. I'm going to live dangerously. Y'all, I am dangerous with this stuff. I'm going to pull out our other red, and we're actually not going to use that squeegee. We're going to pull out some smaller tools. I feel like I need to thin that out some. I am going to pull out our candy apple red for some of the berries. And we're going to go ahead, I'm going to flip it around. We're going to figure out how we're going to place these. Definitely want to put this. Do I want to put it here? I'm trying to decide if I want to do that with a cup there and like opposites, because I'm a very symmetrical person. It would look nice with them here. It would look nice with them like just on both sides of it. Or I could put it at the top and put the cocos down at the bottom. This is the part that is fun, getting to decide. And when I have my friends on here crafting with me, that's when I usually ask you guys. So I would love to know your opinion. Where do you think I should have put it? If I had you on here crafting with me, that's why I like to come on and do lives, because I think it's more fun to craft with friends, and it's just like I'm crafting with a friend when you guys come on and interact and talk to me. But I don't see any comments today. So I have to make an executive decision. We are just going to do this. I'm trying to kind of mirror it. Doesn't have to be exact. I'm just trying to get it close. And then with our coffee cup, we'll have to use it twice. And normally I tell you to wash it in between uses, but I think we'll be able to get 2 out of here. here. Do you all see all those strings? Don't forget to sprinkle the video, guys. If you sprinkle it, please put sprinkled in comments. You can be entered in my drawing for tomorrow night. I'm doing a giveaway of Happy Mail. And in order to be entered, you have to sprinkle. And you can sprinkle as many times as you want. As long as you let me know in comments that you sprinkled, whether it's this video or any of my videos or posts. Every time you sprinkle, you get entered. And then somebody will be drawn live tomorrow night. I haven't used this in a while, I guess. It's thick. If it ever feels thicker, if you have jars, usually in the paste packets that doesn't happen as long as you've protected it if you've cut it open, which I have tips and tricks in my VIP group that I would love for you to join. And if it feels thick and you have a jar, you just add some distilled water a little bit at a time, because you want your consistency to be kind of like frosting or like cream cheese when you stir it. And if it doesn't, because it's older, it dries out, then you just, it's fine. Okay, so we're going to take the green, take it right off of here, because I don't like to waste any. And I am going to do all except for the berries. And right now I'm using what we call our multi-purpose tool, because it's perfect for getting little spaces. You can also take a squeegee and cut it to a different size if you want. And this isn't going to be perfect. If I get a little green on my berries, then I'm not going to, it's not the end of the world. Remember, guys, these are supposed to be homemade, handmade, so imperfections are okay. And everything's figure outable. If you make a mistake, you can always work around it and figure something out. At least that's what I keep telling myself. And now I'm going to take my red, because I need red berries. My husband just sent me a funny text. Okay, I'm going to take some red. I'm going to throw that in. I was going to dry that bottom, but I'm doing pretty good not making a mess. It should be dry now. I forgot. You guys see what I'm doing? No, I forgot to turn it right side for you guys. There we go. Making it festive. You could even use this not Christmas. You could use the transfer again and say, I run on coffee. I'm trying to move quick enough that my paste doesn't dry. Okay. Ta-da. Isn't that fun, guys? Look at that. Perfect. Looks like real. Looks real. All right, let's try this one. And I know I have a lot of not coffee lovers out there too, so I apologize. We don't have one that says I run on tea. If you're a tea drinker instead. I have tea drinkers in my house. My son gets I make him a hot tea to go every morning before he heads off to school. And he's a senior in high school, and he's loved tea ever since he was younger. My sister's a big tea drinker. My grandmother was a tea drinker. My daughter loves tea. I like sweet tea, but I'm not as big on hot tea. And you could paint these any color you wanted if you were going to do this. You don't have to do it in the colors I'm choosing. That's the cool thing about it. Like if you have a completely, maybe you have the navy and the gold, or you have the navy and the silver, or maybe you have the blush, the new pink. Maybe this year you're just doing pink, or the peach. You can make it different every year because you have the transfer that's reusable. You could make signs for friends. You could make them to sell. You could make them for your family. Whatever floats your boat. Just trying to make sure I have all my silk screen area covered. It keeps wanting to move. So there we go. I'll pull it back slowly. If I've missed anything, I lay it right back down. Like that one, I think it's because I didn't, it's because my paste is getting dry. But if it looks a little distressed, it's okay too. There we go. So far, what do you think, guys? Hit that heart button if you love it. Let me know in comments. Okay, so now we're going to do our little cup, and I think we're going to do it, in mostly blue, but I think I want to throw a little bit, so all the area that I can see through is what is going to be colored. So I'm thinking I want to do the middle part in red. I'm going to loosen that one up too. I don't know why. I have not used these in a while, so these colors. I don't think I'm going to use green anymore, so I can put that up. Actually, I might add a little more, because sometimes if I don't use it a lot, if I add a little bit of distilled water before I close it, that way the next time I go to use it, I realize it needs to be stirred, and it makes it the perfect amount of moist. Yeah, this one is feeling a little thick. I think that's why. I've had this so long, y'all. Over a year. I probably got it last 4th of July. Not this past year, the year before. And I've used it for Valentine's and 4th of July and patriotic and anything else that needed red. Christmas. So I'm thinking we're going to wipe this off so I can be a little more detailed with my cup, and then we're going to pull it over and use it again on the other side. These would be really cute too if you did the cups on foam. Could very easily do it on foam or a cutout and put that on there and then have that extra dimension, and I may actually do that. I won't for today just because I don't have any foam out, but I may actually do that. So I'm using a multi-purpose tool and a detail tool so that I can get in these little smaller areas a little more controlled. And I'll just make that middle part and maybe the little steam in red. Yes, my Monday was not great. I don't know about how your all's was, but it was a Monday. And I think part of it's just, it's not really after holiday blues. It's just that, oh, my daughter's left and going back and being in her space where she was and isn't now, and she won't be for a month. just kind of brings me down. And then there was a couple other things that happened, and it's like, oh. I definitely, who remembers that Carpenter song? I know I'm dating myself. Rainy Days and Mondays almost always get me down. I know a lot of people like Mondays because it's the start of a new week. I mean, I like the fact that we're like getting back to the schedule. Predictable, but it's not always predictable. And I can get my work in without being usually a little easier, but without having to juggle so many people. But otherwise, I'm not a big Monday fan. Okay, we're definitely putting one here. And I'm going to see if I can check how cool that is. And see, that's already distressed. So that looks cool. What do you think, guys? What do you think? And I need one more. I need one more over here because I have to have the balance. But like I said, I may very well. Oh, I forgot to do the steam. Oh, I'm going to have to go back and do the steam. I'll wait until I do this side. I am going to try to push this down with my squeegee. I may do it in 3-dimensional. I may do it on foam and then go back and put it right over top of it where I've already chalked. I forgot all about my little steam. Let's try to remember the steam. Let's do that first. Hopefully I'll get a good image. Usually if you're chalking quick enough and the chalk hasn't dried in your silk screen, you can reuse your silk screen a couple times. But if it dries, then your image isn't as great. Now this image is supposed to be kind of distressed, so I don't think it's going to be a problem. Okay. Oh my, is that going to stay? We're going to go back and fix that steam on the other side too. How cool is that, y'all? What do you think? Hit that heart button if you like that. Let me know. Let me know. Okay, I'm going to try really hard to put the steam on it. I may not even put all of it on there. Let's just put the lid and the steam. I'm going to be real careful. There we go. Ta-da. I definitely need to make a shirt out of this, guys. Why didn't I do that first? I knew I needed a sign for my bar. That's why I was thinking about it. Got to clean up just a little. Wash all that in the sink when I get done with y'all before I go pick my little buddy up from school. But here we go. What do you think, guys? Let me know in comments. Hit that heart button. Let me know in comments whether you like this. I love it. I think it is so cute. You know, it might even be cute if I put the steam like right here too, like in between. I don't know. Let me know. What you think? Isn't that cute? Not bad for less than $4 sign. And a, what did I say it was? $8 transfer. Not bad, huh? So cute. This would be perfect in black and white. It would be perfect in with a white background and black. It would be perfect with brown. or copper or gold or blue or dune color or pink or whatever color you wanted to make it in, guys. It would look so cute. Red and green, just red and green. How cute is that? I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, guys, that's all I got for you today. I hope you enjoyed this project. I hope you'll check out the specials in the Cyber Monday sale because they only run till tomorrow. There's so many transfers and I have many of them, but I don't have time to do all of them and show you all of the projects. But if you have something that you're interested in that's in the sale and you're like, oh, I like that, but I don't know, what is a good idea? We always have an idea by the transfer. We show what the transfer looks like, but then we also show an idea with it. But if you need another idea, if you guys reach out to me, message me, I will be happy to give you some more ideas. That's what I'm here for. I love to encourage you or maybe just entertain you or inspire you. But I hope you like this project. Thanks for spending some time with me. I hope you'll come back and see me again when I come live. And if you need alerts for when I do go live, there is a link in the comments for my Telegram channel. I only use that one to let you know I'm getting ready to go live. And it's a free app. So I'd love to have you guys do that as well. But until I see you next time, I hope you have a great rest of your Tuesday. Almost said Thursday. No, I'm not ready for it to be Thursday. Even though I love the weekend, I have too much to get done. But I hope that you have a great rest of your Tuesday. Please stay safe, stay healthy, and be blessed. All right, friends, I'll see you next time. Bye.